Hey guys, how are you? Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. And I can't be on here long, by the way. I've got an event to go to tonight, but I want to go ahead and get this out here. And that is, we're already starting to see our first round of severe weather in terms of storm wise for the year. And we've already seen our first confirmed tornado in our region through reports. We've also seen our first enhanced risk for severe weather as well. So what I'm going to do is here, let me do something real quick here. Let me just move something over here a little bit. And let me go ahead here and let me do this. So right now at the moment, I'm going to show you guys some things here in case you guys were not able to see this earlier. Let me go ahead and disappear myself for a moment. So right now, we're underneath a tornado watch until 8 p.m. As you can see, this is for counties pretty much east of I-57, and this is off of the Paducah website. So right now you've got Wayne, Clay, Edwards, Wabash, Richland, Lawrence, Hamilton, White, Saline, Gallatin counties, the Evansville area, Mount Vernon, St. Louis. You guys are not in this tornado watch, but this tornado watch is in effect until 8 p.m. And I want to go ahead before we get to the radar. Obviously, this had changed a little bit. If you recall from yesterday's stream, whenever I was on there, one of the things that we had talked about was, about how we were underneath a slight risk. Well, that got bumped up to enhanced this morning. And so, as you can see right there, a lot of the activity so far, the severe weather activity has been in an enhanced risk, which so far, the Storm Prediction Center, National Weather Service, those guys really keyed in on it. So that is that right there. So it did get bumped up in case you were not aware to that. As we go to the next slide here, you may have saw this. I know this is late this morning, and we've already got some activity out there, especially to our north. But again, these are the estimated windows of time for the best chances of severe storms. As you can see, Wayne County, pretty much in that area, right about through 7 p.m. is what it's saying here so far. Now, fortunately for Fairfield, we've been pretty lucky. We've not had anything yet, but I just want to tell you that we're not out of the woods yet. Now, Paducah did post this at 2:18 this afternoon, and we're in that red box. So far, we haven't really seen any strong severe storms except to the areas to our north and northeast. But again, conditions may become a little bit more favorable in the red outlined area between 4 to 6 p.m. Right now, time is 5 o'clock on the dot as I'm recording this, as I'm live streaming this video for you. And you could actually see where we're in that red area. Now, I want to go ahead and say that we did have a tornado. It's still on the ground, unless if it lifted. And I want to go and show you guys the radar. We're going to go around the horn here, and I want to pull this up here to show you exactly what's been going on. Now, a lot of this has moved into Indiana, but we do have some storms to our west that we are keeping an eye on. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this up here for you just to show you. This is the radar. Now, the yellow shaded areas, the yellow boxed areas, that is actually the tornado watch, okay? So that is what you're seeing here. Folks, I'm telling you, this cell right here, this is the cell that prompted, in case you're not aware, prompted the Crawford County tornado warning. This same cell formed in the Albany area, in the Richland County area. And look at this right here. Look at the hook on this north of Carlisle. You may remember a few years ago when you had the EF3 tornado that hit south of Robinson. It barely missed the Marathon Oil Refinery. Again, I'm going back to the EF3 a few years ago, but it struck and destroyed the Lincoln Trail College Telecom building, and it hit the airport east of Robinson hard. It went up to Sullivan, Indiana. It's kind of like deja vu a little bit a few years later, but just a little bit of a different track. But I have to say, though, folks, you look at the hook on this thing, and that is about as signature of a hook as you will find. As we take a look here at the velocity data, you can actually see the hook was about right here in this area. This is the couplet. This is the couplet. Again, what I mean by this is when you have, one shade of color blowing toward the radar, the other blowing away, this is what you get. This is the couplet right here of that tornadic storm. So again, this is Carlisle, Indiana. This is Robinson over here as I'm circling. This is Palestine. If you've been to Palestine Rodeo, I've been there years ago. You know what I'm talking about. And by the way, you got a friend there, Keegan. Hi, Keegan. Good to hear from you. Hope you're doing well. Just said I just watched this foreman go by, working over right outside of Robinson right now. Well, Keegan, stay safe, you and the crew, because I can imagine it was quite a hectic time for you guys, especially working in that area over there. But it's not just the Robinson storm that we're looking at. Now, for those of you in Robinson, now, Keegan, I know you're in that area. You guys so far are in the all clear. You do have a little storm over here to the north that has formed. It's not severe, while as this right here is already out. You got these storms to the north you don't have to worry about, but just take care and be safe, by the way, over there. But I want to go ahead and show you, we do have some stormy weather to our west that we're keeping an eye on right now. Now, so far, there's no warnings out for these cells, but they have formed, and they are moving in the general direction. So right now, we have this storm over Dix, Walnut Hill. Not severe to the north of Mount Vernon. If you're over in Mount Vernon, you may start to see some of the clouds over there. Salem, Tonti area, no warning out for this cell yet, but it is approaching I-57. Also, you do have another cell, Pocahontas, Greenville, just southwest of Vandalia. Now, I want to go ahead and play you guys the animation of how these storms have... Oh, we got a tornado warning just issued for Jefferson County. Tornado warning in effect for northern Jefferson County. This is north of Mount Vernon, including the Dix area. Let's go ahead and take a look at this here. National Weather Service in Paducah has issued a tornado warning for northern Jefferson County until 5:45 at 5:03. A severe storm capable of producing a tornado was located near Woodlawn, or 8 miles northwest of Mount Vernon, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. This has been a common thread. A common trend with these storms, I should say, is that these storms are moving to the northeast. They may move a little east at times, but the general movement so far has been to the northeast. Against radar indicator rotation, time right now is 5:05. Mount Vernon should be near you guys at about 5:10. Dix and Walnut Hill as well. And also I-57 getting impacted by this storm. I-64 as well here. And again, by the way, that tornado warning, if I click on it here, I just had it. That tornado warning in effect, again, as I mentioned, until 5:45. It just came in for the National Weather Service office in Paducah. So we already have, for the Paducah area, the first tornado warning of the day. And let's go ahead and take a look at this here. Let me go ahead and see if I'm on the Evansville radar site, which is good. I was going to set the animation and show you how these storms have formed, but that's okay. We'll take a look at that here in a moment. Let's take a look at the velocity data on here. Oh, yeah. You can see right there, starting to see something just form north of Woodlawn. If you guys see that. So here's Mount Vernon over here. Here's Woodlawn. Fairfield, I know you guys are over here. This is Dix. This is Kell. This is Walnut Hill. And there is what appears to be a little bit of rotation with this part of the cell just north of Mount Vernon moving to the northeast. So we do have something trying to form her. So if we have any rotation or if we have a tornado trying to form, maybe possibly on the ground, and again, it's going to be in that area. So this is right here. This is I-50. This is I-57. Here's 64 right here. So I'm going to draw a little Pablo Picasso here for you. There's 57. I know north of Mount Vernon right here. It cuts right through. Kind of follows along 57, but you have Highway 37 right here. There's the Kell area. I know it's maybe a little bit off right there, but you get what I'm saying, though. 37 pretty much runs along quite a ways along 57 for some time in Jefferson County. So, and again, let me see if we can zoom in. Okay, we also got Texaco as well. So let's zoom in a little bit. You got Dix over here. You got Texaco over here. You got Divide. You got a Harmony. You also have Shields over here. And then also for Marion County, Kell. There's Foxville. I didn't know there was even a Foxville until just now. How about that? Things you learn every day. Helm, which is kind of like where the 161 is. So there's Orchardville. There's Helm. The 161 goes right there. So that's another popular route that a lot of people like to take to get to Centralia. Get to Centralia, Sisney, Orchardville, continues on west of there. So again, we are seeing here, again, possibly something trying to form in this area right here. You can see it right there on radar as it is moving to the northeast. And so we're already starting to see some action in northern Jefferson County. So let's back up a little bit. Also starting to see something here. I know this is the Evansville radar site, and I know this is out of our area, but just south of Greenville, I'm starting to see something over here that's starting to catch my eye a little bit near the Tamalco area. Okay, so you may ask yourself, how did all this form? How did we get to this point in time? And let me go ahead and show you guys this right here. My goodness, look at that. Look at the hook on that thing over in Indiana. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys here. Let's go back about 100 frames. And it's going to take some time to load, but that way you guys can see what I'm talking about. So you can actually see this is how the activity formed. And again, you can actually see the cell, especially in all the area. You can see how it kind of moved northeast to where it's at right now. By the way, you can actually see what I'm talking about. There it is forming. There it is going. There's the hook. So, and then this cell right here, which is over in the Dix area, you can kind of see how it formed as well. There it is over here, and it's starting to get in that favorable environment right here. So just south of Nashville. All right, so we're starting to see some storms fire up here as we speak. Yeah, I'm telling you, and this is what I'm concerned with. This right here, if you could see this, like I am right now, let me stop right here. You start to see some little bit inflow, a little bit of notch right here with this. So it's this area right here that I'm concerned with because you're starting to get some inflow into the storm, and you're starting to see a little bit of a hook, like a little bit of appendage sticking out there. There's Dix right there. We'll take a look at the radar again on this. Take a look at the velocity data about that same spot right here. So yeah, and there's Dix right there, and then there's Kell. So if you know someone who lives in those areas, again, I would say, again, just kind of like this area. And again, one common theme is it's all moving northeast. So I would say anywhere in this area, unless if this makes a right-hand turn a little bit more to the east, but I would say even southeastern Marion County, and it'll be over a rural area, but I would still alert those in the path of the storm that, hey, you've got something coming up your way. I also look at down the road. I'm also looking at Iuka, Xenia as well. I'm looking at those communities that could actually see potentially, again, the strongest part of this cell. But again, it depends on what it's doing. But I'm really concerned about southwest of Dix in that area where we are starting to see some activity form. Now, guys, I can't be on here long. I have to be somewhere tonight, and I apologize for that. But my goal is to warn you guys, to give you a heads up into what is coming, what is going on right now. What can we expect as the nighttime, as the severe weather event goes on? Again, you see the yellow, that is the tornado watch area. All right, this goes in effect until 8 o'clock. You kind of see it right here. That's the tornado watch. This right here, the red, polygon area, that's the tornado warning for northern Jefferson County. But again, I would not be surprised if there were to be a warning issued somewhere in this area if it continues to show potential, if there is the possibility of it, again, if it maintains its strength and holds itself together. Let's take a look here at the reflectivity data. And as I mentioned earlier, there's that little hook right there. You start to see a little hook form right here in this area. And as I mentioned, this is where we're starting to see that rotation in the Dix area. And again, conditions are favorable for the development of tornadoes. And again, we're underneath that tornado watch until 8 o'clock. And I'm going to look here at the St. Louis radar site and see if there's anything going on. I'm not seeing anything formed to the west here so far, which is good. We do have some activity. Again, that's near Hannibal, Quincy. That's none of our concern. Okay, now we just seen another tornado warning being issued for southeastern Marion County. Let's take a look at this here. Let's take a look at the latest information on this. This is actually out of the National Weather Service office in St. Louis. The NWS in St. Louis has issued a tornado warning for southeastern Marion County until 6 o'clock. At 5:12, a severe storm capable of producing a tornado was located 14 miles south of Salem, 12 miles southeast of Centralia, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Now, this is radar indicator rotation at this time. Tornado, quarter-sized hail are the hazards. But again, it's radar indicator rotations. It's capable of producing a tornado. And again, flying debris would be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes would be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. And locations impact include Helm and Kell. And as a precautionary preparedness action, again, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a well-built building away from windows. If you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. And again, this tornado warning is in effect until 6 o'clock for southeastern Marion County. That includes Helm, Kell, and we're going to zoom in a little bit here into some smaller towns here for you. Let me go ahead and kind of put on velocity data. That way you guys can see what I'm talking about here. So yeah, Foxville, there's Kell right there. We talked about Kell. There's Hickory Hill. There's Helm. And again, this is the 161 that cuts through here. So Uniontown, I see Uniontown. There's the 161 extended. It's got a little faintly hard to see right there, but there's the 161 extended, as I mentioned, going pretty much a straight shot down through here. Been on that road many times, folks. Just outside of Carter. But this could be traveling mainly a rural area, but there are homes, there's fields, and you look at this here, and this is really starting to look ominous to me. This is the part of the cell right there that I'm concerned with over in the Dix area. Again, this is just east of 57. This is Highway 57 right here. This is I-64 snaking its way through. But 37, as I talked about earlier, kind of runs along, 57 for a little bit, and it goes right up. So it is just in that Dix area right there. It's going to be mainly traveling over a rural area, but if I'm over Iuka, over in the Iuka area, there's Iuka right there. There's Xenia right over there. There's Flora right here. If I'm over in the southwestern part of Clay County, I would definitely be keeping an eye on this cell. Now, as for you guys in Fairfield, here's Fairfield right here, by the way. The way these storms are moving in the northeasterly direction, I would say you guys are not going to get hit by this. Again, the common trend with these storms, the general movement has been to the northeast about 35 to 40 miles per hour. And yeah, severe thunderstorm warning for Vandalia and Fayette County over there. Kimball getting a strong storm. That one's not been warned yet, but it is up there though. By the way, the same cell that moved through the Crawford County area, this is the one, in case you're wondering, it's moving through Linton right now. This one's had a tornado on it. You can actually see the hook right there. There's Linton. Worthington, Worthington. I said Washington, my mistake. There's Bloomfield over here. That one right there has had a tornado consistent with it. That one's dropping ping pong ball-sized hail, by the way. A large hail is a possibility with this. We talked about it here, how there was an uptick in the hail, how strong the hail was going to be. And ping pong ball-sized hail reported with that storm. Again, over to India, the one that moved through Crawford County, Richland County earlier. But so far, the stronger storms have been pretty much these storms right here, especially this one. This one has really been the stronger of the two. There was actually a third over here, but that one is moving toward Indy right now. I've not been focused on that one. We take a look at the St. Louis radar site, kind of seeing what's out there at the moment. Nothing at all. Here in the Fairfield area, we've been pretty fortunate, even though we have that cell just to our west. But it's still to where, again, we just cannot overlook anything. If you had a storm that would form and move through the Fairfield area, it would have to be in this area right here. Because, again, these storms are moving in that northeasterly pattern. They're moving in that northeasterly direction. And so I'm just saying right now that that it would have to form about this area in order for it to move to the northeast. Fortunately, though, for us, we have not seen that. It hasn't materialized. And look at the Paducah radar site. I'm not seeing anything form down here at the moment, like in the Carbondale, DuQuoin area, which is good. But again, guys, we just can't let our guard down by any means. We still got some, time to go of this tornado watch. Take a look here. The Dix Kel storm, the one that's been tornado warned. Quarter-sized hail radar indicator expires in 42 minutes. We may see, if it holds itself together, we may see an additional warning. I would say for the northwestern part of Wayne County, also into southwestern Clay County as well. I could see that potentially happening, but again, it depends on the strength and intensity of the storm. And let's go ahead and take a look here at the velocity data on here. By the way, you guys can say hi in the live chat if you want to. Don't be afraid. If you guys want to say hi to me or whatever, it's cool. I'll say hi to you back. Let's go ahead and see here if there's anything. But it's over here in this area of the storm. That's what they're really focused in on. And let's do a little time lapse here of this. I want to see. We set this in motion. Kind of see how it so far it's been pretty consistent. It's died down a little bit in terms of the velocity data. So it's gotten further to the northeast, which we want it to be that way. We hope and pray that it it continues to weaken. It goes in that weakening trend. But over here in this area, that's where the focus is in terms of rotation for the storm. Give me a moment here. Marilyn's watching. Hi, Marilyn. Good to hear from you. Who else? Hi, Chrissy. Hey, good to hear from you. Thanks for saying hello. Yeah, live chat's open, guys. Feel free to say hi. If you have any questions, let me know. I can't be on here long. I have to jet on out of here in a few minutes. But this is the cell in northern Jefferson County that has prompted the tornado warning. So far, it's radar indicated at this time. No confirmation on the ground, unlike what we saw in the Robinson area where, we had weather spotters, EMA saying that it was reported on the ground in Crawford County for that storm earlier, as I was alluding to at the start of this. But so far it's radar indicated, which is, we'll take it again, but it's something that, again, this could drop down. Again, the conditions are favorable for tornadoes. Even a brief spin up can enhance the damage of these storms. So you just cannot rule that out here. But so far, it's capable of producing a tornado, but I'm not seeing anything in terms of the same intensity, same intense couplet as the Crawford County storm earlier. Now that one was pretty wicked. But I know the Flat Rock area between Robinson and Flat Rock, I know that area, that is where the tornado was moving through. Hi, Julie. Julie, one of my coworkers at the college. Hi, Julie. Happy to hear from you. I'll see you soon. Just, all I ask is, bring me food. I don't know. I mean, just we'll work for food. We'll say. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the reflectivity here. As you guys can see, this is kind of like you're gonna go around the horn here. Time right now is 5:21, so I can only be on there for a few more minutes. But let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the Indiana storms for a little bit. I just want to show you guys. The storm that has really been the strongest storm of the day so far has been this one right here. This is the same one that moved through Robinson and formed over in the Richland County area. That one produced a confirmed dangerous tornado earlier in the Robinson area. That one is moving to the east. If you see the purple and the blue with that one's a wicked looking storm. Ping pong ball sized hail, 1.5 inches. That's definitely going to cause some damage right there. You also have the cell over northern Jefferson County, moving into southeastern Marion County. Johnsonville, you may start to see some rain here before long. Sisney, you may start to see the clouds over to your west. This cell over in the Kinmundy Alma area is starting to form a little appendage right there. I'm starting to get concerned about that one. It's starting to stick out a little bit. And this is what these storms have been doing. It seems like, when they form, they start to have like a little hook that tries to form, right? I call it like a little appendage, but it's like it tries to form at first, and it's really catches your eye because that's where a lot of the rotation has been coming from, that part of the cell. And we are seeing that here with that one. So let's go ahead here and see if there's any update at all. Still seeing it. We're on the Evansville radar site, by the way. I want to see what St. Louis is showing. It may be a little too far out. Yeah, it's right there at right where the radar just kind of ends right there. So the Evansville radar site, which I'm not surprised, but it's our go-to for this storm, and rightfully so. It's this area right here, the cell that's moving in a general northeast direction. So again, I would not be surprised if the northwestern part of Wayne County, southwestern Clay County, if there was a warning issued, if I stress the word if here, that we were to see continued that possibility, the potential of a tornado associated with this storm. So far, has been radar indicated, but again, yeah, I'm not there. I'm not there in person, but just by the radar indication, we do see some rotation with it. Look at the correlation coefficient. I'm not seeing anything that jumps out at me. And I know about the correlation coefficient. It helps distinguish what is rain and what's debris being lofted. I'm not seeing that at all here. If the CC, if it was like a ball, like blue and green, like a solid ball, that would indicate a strong tornado where it's lifting, it's sucking up trees and siding from buildings and vehicle. You get what I'm saying. It would be indicative of that, but I'm not seeing that at all on the correlation coefficient. But it is a nasty looking storm nonetheless. Look at the Kinmundy Alma area for this one. Not seeing as much rotation on here with this one, but still though, I feel like something is still trying to form in this area, in the Alma area. And that's actually towing 57. And we all know, for those of us locally, we know that 57 is a pretty heavily traveled interstate. So again, something could be forming right there. But if I'm in that Kinmundy, Alma, Laclede, Edgewood area, I know Edgewood, Mason, they just got hit by the storm earlier that moved through the Dietrich area. I would definitely be keeping an eye on that cell to the southwest. But we are seeing this activity over here in northern part of Jefferson County moving this way. Time right now is 5:26. I'm going to get off here at 5:30, guys. As much as I would hate to leave in a few minutes, but I have to. Duty calls, my friend. But you can see where I'm going with here, just to alert you guys, keep you guys informed of the latest situation weather-wise, because this is something that people have been talking about for the past few days, and especially today here. See if there's an update on this. I want to see because some time has passed. No new update yet on that tornado warning. Time right now is 5:26. But again, this tornado warning for southeastern Marion County in effect until 6 o'clock. Again, latest update: severe storm capable of producing a tornado was located 14 miles south of Salem, 12 miles southeast of Centralia, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Radar indicated rotation. 1-inch quarter size hail that does meet severe criteria. Again, anything quarter size or larger meets that. And I think I have something up here I can show you guys. Give me a moment here. If I can find it. Let me see. Oh yeah, this will work. So just to kind of show you guys this, I hope this helps you out. But in terms of like hail size comparison, weather.gov. So you can actually see how quarter size is about 1 inch. Ping pong ball size about 1.5 inches. golf ball size, and it goes up on there. I've seen tennis ball, baseball, softball being reported in the past with storms. So I hope that helps you out in terms of determining, the hail size and everything. But obviously, the bigger the hailstone and everything, and the faster it's going to drop, and the more damage it could cause. So far for Wayne County, underneath the tornado watch, Fairfield, we have been fortunate. 69 degrees, by the way, at the Fairfield Airport. In case you're wondering, 69 degrees over the Fairfield Airport. Same with Mount Vernon. Same with Salem. Albany at 65. 61 over in Robinson. So it's definitely still pretty warm out there for the most part. Let's see if, okay, I thought maybe that had updated actually. So give me a moment here, guys. Okay. Just had a friend of mine in the Robinson area send me some stuff here. Near the Flat Rock area, damage, homes destroyed. That's a pretty good looking shot. There's a home destroyed right there. I'm seeing an image of that. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And this was the same storm that tracked over in Crawford County. And oh yeah, there's the video of the tornado. This is not my video, so I can't use it, but you could actually see it. I'm looking at the video of the Crawford County tornado, and yeah, it was on the ground. You can see that violent rotation with it moving. Yeah, there it is. I can see the tornado earlier. Again, prayers for everyone. Hope everyone's all right. Because EMA reported it was, large on the ground. And those, any tornado can do damage. The wedge ones you often see in here, they are nasty. Okay. Time right now is 5:30, guys. I'm gonna have to leave. I went to jet on out of here. I know I hate to, but I'm gonna have to. I have to be somewhere tonight. But I want to go ahead and say this as I wrap it up here with this, and let me go ahead and get back to myself here for a little bit. So I know that I kind of went around the horn a little bit towards the radar. I showed you guys, the storms out there. We're still underneath the tornado watch until 8 o'clock. So far, there's been no activity to our southwest at the moment. However, we got to keep an eye on the southwest. We've been pretty fortunate, but let's keep our eyes to the skies, keep our eyes on the radars, have multiple ways to receive warnings because the information is so vital. And as I always say, if your area is underneath a warning, you don't think, you just act. You take shelter, whether it's your basement, interior room, you keep far away from the windows as you possibly can. Put on a helmet. Wear something that can protect your head, like a football helmet is great. For example, something that just because because you don't want debris, with a blunt force hitting your head. So anyway, guys, just take care, be safe, keep your eyes on those guys on the radars. And the last thing I'll say this, when you think about this severe weather event, I know what's going on right now. This right here happened in the daytime when you have greater visibility, where you can see what's going on. And we're pretty fortunate because we have been in situations like this before where we've had severe weather events of a nighttime. It's hard to see what's going on out there. All you have is like the brief lightning flashes and everything. But I believe that the daylight has helped the spotters, the boots on the ground, so to speak, be able to see what is going on here. So prayers to those that are affected by the storm so far. Um, but I want to go ahead and say that because this severe weather event is not over yet. However, though, we've been pretty fortunate so far here in the Fairfield area. So, but anyway, guys, I got to run. Keep an eye on social media. Keep an eye on the radars. Keep your eyes to the skies. Know what to do when severe weather strikes. Use your severe weather preparedness plan. Know where to go. Know what to do. Know the difference between a watch and a warning. Obviously, we're underneath a tornado watch now until 8 o'clock. But know the difference between a watch and warning. Know what to do when a warning is issued for your area. So, guys, I got to run. I hope that what I did here was helpful to you. I hope that I helped shed some light on the situation for severe weather. That way you guys have that insight, and that way you could see what's going on out there. But so far, just one more last look before I leave. I don't want to leave you guys, hanging around. Tornado warning still in effect. Southeastern Marion County. It just got updated. Radar indicator rotation still in the Helm area. It's moving east at 30 miles per hour. So this is the cell right here that is right now at the moment moving east at 30. There's the rotation right here in this area. And so it's moving again east at 30 miles per hour. So Johnsonville, Sisney, Flora, Xenia. This could also, even though it's moving east, it could move to the northeast as well. But I would definitely keep an eye on this cell if I were you guys. And again, for additional warnings, it is a possibility there as well. So, again, guys, I'm out.